Hello again on this, the Feast of Easter, the central feast of our faith. As you notice, we have a little bit of a different venue this evening. The chapel is being used for adoration. We just finished Holy Thursday services, so people are up in the chapel in front of the Blessed Sacrament, so we come down here. And usually when you give a sermon, when a priest gives a sermon, he's conscious of keeping people awake during the sermon so they don't fall asleep. But with this nice, comfortable chair that I'm sitting in, I think the tables are reversed, and we better pray that I stay awake during the sermon. Easter. The Gospel for Easter Sunday Mass is taken from the Gospel according to John. On the first day of the week, Mary of Magdala came to the tomb early in the morning while it was still dark, and saw the stone removed from the tomb. So she ran and went to Simon Peter and to the other disciple whom Jesus loved, and told them, "They have taken the Lord from the tomb, and we don't know where they put him." So Peter and the other disciple went out and came to the tomb. They both ran, but the other disciple ran faster than Peter and arrived at the tomb first. He bent down and saw the burial clothes there, but did not go in. When Simon Peter arrived after him, he went into the tomb and saw the burial clothes there, and the cloth that had covered his head, not with the burial cloths, but rolled up in a separate place. Then the other disciple also went in, the one who had arrived at the tomb first, and he saw and believed. For they did not yet understand the scripture that he had to rise from the dead. The Gospel of the Lord for this Easter Sunday. Well, first of all, I want to extend to you all a very happy and holy Easter. The firstborn has risen from the dead, and with him we have all been taken. Sometimes you get insights on how, listening to people and how they view Easter. Many years ago, there was a group of children preparing for First Holy Communion, and one of the little girls was having a little bit of a difficult time grasping some of the concepts. She was just a marvelous little girl, but you got the feeling that she didn't quite understand yet what was happening. So, we used to bet, should we approach the parents and all those things. But one Sunday, the teacher asked the students the question, and the question was very simple. What is the most important feast for Christians? And everybody, all the little children yelled out Christmas, except this one girl. And this one girl, she was quiet. And the teacher thought maybe she didn't get the question, so she went over and said, "What do you think?" And the girl looked up with her bright eyes and said, "I think Easter is the most important feast," which of course was the answer that the teacher wanted. And the teacher looked down and said, "Well, why is Easter so important?" And the little girl looked up and she said, "Well, everybody is born, but not everybody rises from the dead." That little girl, by the way, now is a very, very happy mother of 3 children, the last time I heard, and doing just marvelous. The firstborn, we look at Easter, and we celebrated Easter past, we're celebrating Easter present. How about Easter future? I look at the world, and sometimes, for me at least, it's very easy to become pessimistic, to become fatalistic, sort of to look at the world and say, well, this is the way it has been, this is the way it is, and this is the way it's always going to be. Wars, inhumanity to man, people doing bad things. Will it ever change? Well, it has changed, and it is going to change. You see, what happened when Christ rose from the dead, he became present to us in an altogether different way. The beautiful prayer that we say every Sunday, every time we go to Mass, heaven and earth are full of your glory. Heaven and earth, there's no exceptions to that. Christ is present. The resurrected Christ is here. The resurrected Christ is in the most horrible of situations. He's in situations that seem so alien to who he is. But he's there working. The resurrected Christ, trying to bring life back from the death that we have created, trying to bring life back from war, back from violence, back from man's inhumanity to man. He's trying to bring life back from greed and selfishness. That's the resurrection. That's our hope. And as we look forward to Easter future, the note of Christian optimism then is not that things are going to get better, but things are good now in some way because Christ is working in them and trying to bring new life into the world. Have a good, holy Easter.